We're here in Defiance Bay. We have much to look through, exploring through the city. The little boy who wants me to get him a dagger made of March steel. Well, sounds good. I mean, he's a little boy. I can't see how much a dagger is going to harm him. I was a farmer. I had pitchforks and knives at the ready anytime I wanted. You were so lovely back then. What? Who are you talking to?
Huh?
This elderly man paces back and forth, taking short, hobbled steps. His gaze is distant, and beneath it are the dark rings of many restless nights. He appears to be having a conversation with someone who isn't there. And the way you fought, cutting down two at a time. We shared quite a victory, you and I. Who are you talking to? The man looks at me and startled. By the flame. For just a moment I thought I heard her. He puts a hand on his chest, catching his breath. What troubles you? Just the memories of my youth in the North Watch Rangers, trials and adventures from a lifetime ago. He shakes his head. Of late, the memory of lost battles and fallen friends has been especially vivid. Tell me about these memories. It's been nearly 60 years. We were known throughout the Deerwood then. We thought we'd adventure together forever, collecting coppers and inspiring songs. The wrinkles around his eyes deepened. That was until we faced Helig of Thane. He was a wizard whose experiments in necromancy left a trail of bodies, some reanimated, from Solace Vale to Midwood. We tracked him as we fled towards the Valiant Republics, catching him just west of the Lake of Drowned Tombs. We were fools, seasoned as we were not prepared for his foul magic. Our numbers were nothing against his power. A wiser man would have ordered a retreat, not me. By some curse of the gods, I was knocked out, and when I awoke, my rangers, my Rowena, they were all dead. He holds empty air in his arms. And now you hear this woman's voice. I know this sounds like an old man's madness, but I hear her, a voice just over my shoulder, calling to me in my dreams. At night, I see her wandering the catacombs beneath the city, trying to escape. Foolish as it sounds, I can't shake the idea that she's somehow down there, waiting for me. If I've even ventured below, though it damn near cost my life, he hesitates. Were I half the warrior I was in my youth, I'd search every grave and rat hole. As it is, I'm stuck with this feeble body and the agonizing notion that my love is somehow down there, beyond my help. I'll search the catacombs for a sign of Rowena. Tears spring to the old man's eyes. There's an entrance just southwest of here on the other side of the canal. I know, I've been down there. He sniffs and wipes his eyes. You are truly a gift from the gods. If there's anything you can find of her... Rowena. One of the rangers of the north. Okay. Well, I will look into it. I can't promise you anything, old man. What I'm suspecting is happening that there's... I can't help but think that what he's talking about is a shadow of what I'm going through. And with the stillborn, the hollowborn they call it, becoming more and more infrequent, I'm worried there's something really going on with everyone's souls. If I keep running into more men like that, more people, then there'll be cause of concern. Maybe the gods should be confronted about what's going on. There's two dwarfs drinking. Hello? Excuse me. I didn't want to come here, but my village wasn't safe anymore. Sorry to hear that.
Sure.
Ah, Scrivener. From the Scrivener's room. The library has an entire section devoted to ancient Glamfathan geometry. That sounds very interesting, actually. Let's get out of here. Hello? Step back. I don't need to read everybody. Well, there's... did we pass right by it? Let's go see what we can find here. Looks like an auditorium. Justicars all over the place. Keeps the peace. I don't know how warranted it is, though. The Crucible Knights have been warning everyone to stay out of the catacombs. They're not safe anymore. No, they're not. Not with the troll down there. That's just going into the beginning area. I can't imagine what I'll find deeper. Your time has come, Sigrim. Your life is at its end. Oh, Lafton, she calls to me, the Pallid Knight.
Yeah. Sure.
And you have such poor luck with women as it is. I cannot die yet, my children. What of my children? But you have no children. Of course I do, you fool. A wealth of them. Great armfuls of golden... That's it. That is golden-haired tots, all of whom I love dearly. Ha! Interesting. Are they practicing? It looks like they're practicing.
Sure.
Anyhow. The Stelgaer slain, on rides Mokta, great hero of our tale. Though the road is long and the fighting fierce, my courage will not fail. Her soul shines bright, her heart is true, but ahead lie great dangers. The 100 poison arrows of the Crimson Serpent's Rangers. The benches are strewn with chicken bones, broken bottles, and greasy scraps of paper. And now a feat of dexterity from our friend Lafton. Hello. Sorry, I can't talk right now. A what? I heard there are less tame performances somewhere in Andra's gift. Okay. Well, I don't want to stay around. I'm just here searching. Checking out the sights. It's been a while since I've been to the city. Excuse me. The ones who beat Riesterus in the Saints' War. We are the ones. Oh, okay, so you're one of the dozens. Self-proclaiming that you did it. Which they were never there for it, but okay. Heritage Hill claims another curious soul. What? What's going on? We remind all visitors to Defiance Bay that the hill is sealed for the city's protection. And furthermore, that the trade of Anguithan artifacts is strictly forbidden. Is it? It must be the town crier. Please move along. I have a long list to get through. Okay, then. This must be the market area. Alright, well, let's look for this March Steel that the boy wanted. March Steel Dagger. Oh, you're Peregrine. The Orland woman bounces up and down as you approach. Remember me? We met by Madmer Bridge. She slaps you playfully on the shoulder. Thanks for helping me out back there. As promised, I'll give you the best prices in town. If it weren't for you, I'd still be broke. Show me your wares. Camping supplies. Well, I do believe we're full up, but, you know, if you want to trade, we've got a lot of items from Oddnua. It should fetch us quite a few thousand in the end. Fine club. Wow. All these spears and shields and bows. Well, you just... It sells trap after trap. Rope and grappling hook. I need one of those. A new one. We lost it going down the Oddnua sacrifice pit. I didn't know we had so much of these, so this will just take a moment to get through. Alright, that took quite a while to get through. It's given us a lot of coin. But how are you doing there, Peregrine? Are you selling any daggers made of March Steel? March Steel? I wish I had to sum you, but alas, I do not. Look, for Igran, the weaponsmith. He's the Amoa over there. He often has a robust selection. Best to ask him. Is there anything I can do for you? No, that's fine, thanks, Peregrine. You've done more than enough. Thank you. Take our leave now. Oh. He must be over further. Let's go see what this merchant, attractive human female, has to sell. The young woman stands by a cart, watching the crowd with the large, bright eyes that focus on you as you approach. Take your time, traveler. If you're looking for enchanted scrolls or garb, you've come to the right place. So, are you selling a dagger made of March Steel? She stands on the tips of her toes and points to a stall between the stairs. You must be looking for Igran. See that tall Amoa over there? He sells weaponry. Anything else I can help you with? Show me your wares. Ah, rings. Very expensive ring. We don't even have enough to buy the most expensive item. Ah, this is very handy. It gives more spells to priests. I actually would buy that. And Wing of Wizardry gives more spells to Wizard, which Aloth could use. Ring of Deflection. Ooh, very nice, actually. But that would be over half of our coin. So I don't know about that. Ring of Protection. Potions. Nice scrolls here. Bloodstone. Ashwood cameo figurine. What does this do? This intricate piece has been created from the small piece of ashwood. A raised relief has been carved across the front, depicting an eerie, beautiful figure standing beneath a large and twisting tree. Her face is turned slightly to regard the viewer as if just having noticed their presence. Summon. You can summon Delamgan. Not sure what that would do, actually. Oops, I definitely don't. We can't even afford that. Summon somebody to help you, I take it. But she does sell gems if I need them for any of my enchantments. But I'm interested in this, these rings. They're all good. I'll have to make note of this vendor and come back in the future. You're not Igran, are you? The merchant smiles brightly. Well met, traveler. Are you interested in purchasing any rations for your journeys? Are you Igran? Are you selling the dagger made of March steel? He blinks at me. Apologies, but I saw no weapons here. Only fruits, vegetables, and meats. Would you be interested in any of those? Show me your wares. Everybody's selling camping supplies these days, but we're full up as it is. Dragon egg. Lots of vegetables, grain, sugar. Nothing that we particularly need at the moment, but thank you for your showing me your items. Ooh, let's just read what she has to say. You see a dimly lit room with extravagant decoration. Pillows of silk brocade cover the floor surrounding a large velvet-covered divan. A man sits on the divan, his shirt untucked and only halfway unbuttoned. Behind him stands this elf, dressed in the same lavish finery that decorates the room. Her lips gyrate gently, dancing slowly around the man as she begins to sing. He looks up at her blearily, intoxication clouding his vision. He smiles, tunelessly humming along with her. Her words are too low to hear clearly, but as her singing grows more intense, the lights in the room seem to dim even further, and everything loses focus. She takes his face in her hands, singing directly to him, running her hands down his shoulders and arms until she is holding his hands. The man's eyes grow heavy, and he quickly succumbs to sleep. Slumping backward, she holds his arms, catching him as he falls, and gently lays him down across the divan. She stops singing when his head hits the pillow, and suddenly the lights brighten back up, and everything snaps back into focus. She slips her hand into his jacket, retrieving an item that she places in a small box sitting at a nearby table. She looks back at the man, shakes her head, and escapes into the night. So, she's pretty... I'd say she's pretty attractive. She uses her looks and her singing ability to lure people to sleep. Oh, you're the Amoa. Sorry, I wasn't... Sometimes I don't pay attention to everything everybody says, but yeah, you must be Igran. Igran stands behind a stall, polishing a broadsword. The patterned flesh around his eyes is crinkling with age, and the muscles in his arms are knotty and lean, but he holds the weapon with ease. He nods at you. Come to take a look. You won't find a finer selection of armor and weaponry in Defiance Bay, outside of Sonald's, of course. He flashes a crooked grin. What's so special about Sonald? She operates in the expedition hall. He jerks his thumb over his shoulder. Sells the best equipment in the city, but Wenan keeps her on a short leash. Keeps her fine inventory reserved for chartered expeditionists, members of the dozens, and anyone else he takes a liking to. Say, I've met people from the expedition. I'm not quite sure what's going on here. The city's sending out expedition to ruins, I guess? Well, I'm looking for a particular dagger made of March steel. Just like the Crucible Knights use? Let me guess. You've been talking to that kid, right? He laughs and shakes his head. I'd be tempted to sell it to you anyways and let the little rascal learn his lesson, but a pack of adventurers already took it off my hands. If March steel dagger is only given to Crucible Knights, how did you get your hands on one? Igran pauses mid-polish, his cloth showing over the blade. A lot of steel passes through my hands, friend. I don't make it my business to ask where it all comes from. Fair enough, I don't mean to pry. Anything particular you'd like to see? Tell me more about the dagger. He oils the cloth in his hand, made out of high-purity iron ore that comes out of the White March Mountains. Traditionally, the smiths of the Crucible Keep have smelted it into daggers and swords, which they only give to the Knights of the Crucible. Of course, I'd be surprised if that kid didn't already tell you about all this, he grins. Those adventurers you sold the dagger to, where are they now? Folk like that only visit Copper Lane to crew up at Admus Eden Expedition Hall or down for a pint at the Goose and Fox, and since they weren't headed into the den, well, you got my best guess. I think I've met them. Yeah, we've met them. Let me see what you have for sale. Oh. Very expensive bow. A bow that takes people's stamina and gives it to you. Very interesting. We don't have enough for that. We should put some things into our pack, but Shatterstar, a warhammer, one-handed warhammer, Lost Thayan Reach. It's a pike, increased reach, lady's hand, a scepter. Well, you know, Durance might be able to use something like this, but it's so expensive. It has a bunch of magical properties to it. A blunderbuss. Stock. I think we pretty much have run into all the best items that we can, unless we're going to go for March Steel. See, another wand. Large shield. Pike's Pride. What's this? Breakout. Stun duration. Half the stun or duration, half the knockdown. Magical enchantment. And lots of will. The Dunner Demon. It's a helmet. Intellect. Makes you more... raises the intellect. Magical properties. I could use lockpick. Except... I'm not sure if it makes sense to double up. We have a torch. Aloth is holding it. I'm not sure if we should double up on these things, because once we use them, they're used up. Hammer and chisel, rope and grappling hook. I would like to. We can always give them to somebody else. We're just missing another hammer and chisel. If I can run across it. Well, we'll buy these things. That's good to me. It's not like we don't have a lot of pack space anyways. What else do you sell? You don't sell armor? That's it then. Okay. Well, he does sell armor, but... So, I'm guessing that this expedition hall... Well, they're not there. Let's go track these guys down. I met them. I'm terrible with names, I have to admit. It was a couple Orlands. There were two expeditions that took a lot of casualties, and they banded together. They're upstairs in this, was it the Fox and the Goose or something like that? The Goose and the Loose, whatever it's called. So we'll see. I hope we don't have to get in a battle with them if I bring it up. That's not what I'm here to do. I'll see if I can't buy it from them. What if they become hostile and attack us? What choice do we have? Although I can't see them doing that. But we've just had so many people do that, just from questioning in the last... since I hit the Gilded Veil, really. Okay. Forget your name.
Good day, stranger.
Did you buy a March Steel Dagger from Igran? He displays the blade on a flat palm. I did, and a fine piece it is. I don't know of any more circulating in the city outside the steel and the crucible keep, of course. How much you take it off your hands? He turns the blade in light, admiring it. Seeing as how there's a sudden demand for this, 100 pounds seems fair. Demand isn't as high as you think. Chances are good that the dagger is stolen or looted off one of the knights in that. In that case, I'm probably doing you a favor. He frowns. Can't be too careful around the authorities these days, especially as an Orlan. Fine, I'll sell it, but not for less than 50. I'm getting my money back at the very least. Deal. He hands me the dagger, hilt first. Pleasure doing business with you. Anything else you wanted? No, that's fine. Thank you for being so good about selling it. No. Let's go find that boy. He says he knows where a bunch of things were stashed. I'm interested to know. Didn't he say it was the Knights of the Crucible that did that? And honestly, if he's going to be out in the open with the dagger, the dagger won't last long in his hands anyways. Somebody will take it. Either the Knights or his parents or some thief. Some mean person. But if he's smart and crafty, I'm not sure if that really fits him though, considering all things considering. He was over here, over this bridge, if I remember right. Little kid. He bounces on the pavement. Did you get it? Do you have the dagger? Can I see it? I have the dagger right here. He stops bouncing and stares at it, gaping in awe. It's so sharp. Give Gordy the dagger. A deal's a deal. Here you go. He snatches it out of the air, heedless of anything else. He yanks it out of its sheath and holds the blade up to the light. I'm going to be just like the Crucible Knights, he saws and chops at the air. He flips the weapon into the air and grabs at the hilt, almost slicing the palm open in the process. His eyes dart away from yours as he sheaths the dagger. So, about the secret. Gordy puts his hand up to his mouth and whispers loudly. I saw one of the actors hide something under a loose stone near the theater. Probably nothing as good as Marchsteel dagger, though. Thank you for telling me, Gordy. Bye. Well, had I been keeping an eye out, I might have been able to find that on my own. But let's go. One of the actors up here, huh? Well, I don't see anything yet. You say it was in a cobblestone? Well, I'm gonna go searching for it then.
Keeping quiet.
A little trusty black hound is following behind me. I don't see anything. You see, there's a door over here. Oh, these are understudies.
Worth a look.
Ah, I found it. What's this? Oaken scarab figurine. Summon 3 wood beetles. This wooden beetle has had lifelike detail carefully burned into the carved shell. Tiny barbs are etched onto its legs, and its folded wings bear mazy patterns. Well, that's interesting. Anthemist, Blackson. Okay then. Well, the boy wasn't wrong. That if this summons things to help us in battle, definitely was worth it then. Right, let's go check out this Admeth's Den Expedition Hall and see what that's like.